I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbase helped us in procuring vital life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
Race number 4, the start of the Pick 6, set to be run over 1,400 meters. Get your Pick 6 bets on by 1, and with all the hype around the jackpot of sprint races, jackpot carryover, let's not forget about the Pick 6, guys, because that's certainly the bet that you want to catch, and some life-changing money can be involved in that Pick 6, and I'm sure that we should get to a very sizable pool come Saturday in race number 4 in that Pick 6. But before we get into the 4th race on the program, we've got a rerun for you, that of Captain Fontaine when winning his last starts, and then interviews with Garth Puller, Dean Canamere, Vaughan Marshall and Peter Muscat.
Asterix, Captain Fontaine, look right, do it again is now starting to come forward. Captain Fontaine hits the front, goes on a half a length. Russian Rock, do it again's back third, but it's Captain Fontaine going great guns the last 100. Captain Fontaine with an eye-catching performance from Russian Rock. Do it again, a cracker in third, imposing further back in the running with Future Prince.
Captain Fontaine is doing well. He's running over the 1,400 meters. I put him in the cup trial as well, over 18. He didn't draw that well, and I thought the Greyville's short straight with not the best of draws. I'd rather opt to run him here. The reason that he's running here is that he's gonna run on July Day in I think it's the eThekwini Stakes, or there's a mile race at Greyville, and I didn't want to leave him with a long period without a race. So it's not that I've stepped him up for this race, but I think he has obviously a lot of natural ability, and he's got to be a runner. African Skyline, the second was over 1,100 meters, and that's on the short side for him. But he's a kind of horse that's very versatile. He'll run at them from any angle and over any distance. So. And the reason for him running is basically it's a come on run for the KwaZulu-Natal series at the end of the month. I've got to either decide whether I run him in the mile, the big one, or I run him in the 1,200. I'll make my mind up on the draws, but it's basically to bring him on for the end of the month.
Yeah, very, very good run last time. You know, he came back at the winner, and but he settled nicely, which is important. You know, he's got to Keegan de Mello can't ride him because he's engaged. He's got to ride for Kaya Stables. So Louis is a top boy. He'll ride him. You know, he's just got to know how to settle him. But he settled well last time, and once he settles, he's not a bad type horse. And as I said, he came back at them, and we saw that last year in the Dollall Stakes. We just got beat, but reproduces that last run. He's going to be a competitive runner in a very competitive handicap.
Yeah, he won a very good race, you know, and Robert, I must admit, was very confident that he'd be competitive. But you know, the 1,400's always been his better distance. He's come on a lot since his last run, so unfortunately he's drawn a bit wide, and it's a very, very competitive field, as you said. But I expect him to run well, and I'll be very pleased if he can finish in the money.
Yeah, shame. He just cannot pull a draw. Wherever he goes, he just gets drawn in the bush. We're going to try a change of tactics. We've gone forward with him all the time. I've taken the blinkers off him, fitted him with the tongue tie, as he has started to make a little bit of a respiratory noise in his work. And we're going to ride him cold, so hopefully that will bring around a turnaround in his form. But he is very well.
Yeah, some interesting comments and important comments regarding the trainers' respective runners in this lineup. Graham, what a race to start off the Pick 6. It's super competitive, and This is certainly a race that we want to keep a very close eye on, because as we heard from Garth Puller, obviously Captain Fontaine, he's got a race in mind come July Day for this individual. When you just have a look at the race, and I just see so much of pace in this lineup. I mean, Captain Fontaine, if Sereno just manages to settle him nicely, which I think he will be able to, I think this horse will certainly finish off his race very strongly, and I think he's a horse to beat. I think he's possibly a worthy favourite in this lineup over 1,400 metres. And I think he's going to go well. But we've obviously got Royal Victory, who brings in some solid group form, some solid 3-year-old group level form here.
Yeah, he does, and he's cracked the inside gate, which could be very much in his favour. But he hasn't run since March, and I think with 59.5 on his back as a 3-year-old, same weight as Captain Fontaine, I think he's going to have his work cut out. But you can't ignore Royal Victory, and he's certainly won for the shortlist. I do think that Captain Fontaine, he's got to be fit. He won the other day. Will go very close to winning. He loves Hollywoodbets Scottsville. He's had 4 wins from 6 starts here. Serena Moodley's ridden him 6 times for 3 wins in 3 seconds. He's cracked a nice draw. He'll come from off them. I do think that Captain Fontaine should again have the beating of number 7, Russian Rock. They ran 1-2 in their last race. And there's a half a kilogram in favour of Russian Rock, but I think that Captain Fontaine should beat him again. So I'm going, from a pick 6 perspective, I do think Captain Fontaine will win, but I'm going to back him up with Russian Rock, with Look for Hounds, who's a course and distance specialist. I'm not leaving out Silvano's Dasher. He takes a massive plunge in class from his last 2 starts, and he's got the worst of the draw to overcome, but he's too good a horse just to ignore. And then number 1, Royal Victory. So first leg of the pick 6 for me is number 1, Royal Victory, number 4, Captain Fontaine, number 7, Russian Rock, number 10, Look for Hounds, and number 12, Silvano's Dasher. But if you're looking to tighten up that, I do think Captain Fontaine is the one to beat.
Do you not think African Skyline could be what the shout here?
You can't beat Bowie. He ran a short head. He beat Bowie a short head, receiving 7 kilograms.
Yes.
Now he's giving him a kilo. 8 kilograms worse off with Bowie. So if you like Africa, then you're starting to get into the others.
Yeah,
and maybe you're right, but on form he can't beat Bowie.
Yeah, certainly Captain Fontaine looks to be the one that they all have to beat from the guard puller yard. And Graham, I'm glad that Graham mentioned number 12, Silvano's Dasher, because he's another horse that with so much of pace in the race, Keegan could switch him off nicely at the back end of the field, and he'll be doing his best work at the finish. But it's a cracking race to get the pick 6 underway, and we're looking forward to the 4th race on the day.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.